What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I kind of wanted to rant about a very specific weapon on the Fortnite island, and this was just because, I was sitting here like, man, what do I talk about today? I do have a topic I could talk about, but I was kind of like, I just want to rant, So I wanted to talk about the charged SMG and why I personally just absolutely despise this weapon, and while I like that it has a unique gimmick to it, I wish Epic Games would make more unique gimmicks that were actually usable weapons. So to start us off, let's talk about all of the brand new weapons that got added to the game files with Chapter 3 Season 3, aka the current season of Fortnite. I'm going through their blog post right now, and while I might miss one or two things, it really doesn't appear like we got that much in terms of actual new weaponry. One of the main things that I've seen a lot of people have fun using is the grapple gloves that got added to Fortnite with Chapter 3 Season 3, but if we really think about it, the grapple glove is literally just the Fortnite original variant of the actual Spider-Man web shooters, so they aren't really the best thing. And honestly, in my opinion, whenever it comes to fully original items that aren't reskinned versions of old weapons, such as we just mentioned with the grapple gloves, the only one I can really think about as a weapon I've actually enjoyed from them adding it in Chapter 3 Season 3 has to have been the DMR, which is the Designated Marksman Rifle. I personally love using this rifle, and I feel that it's very balanced. If you are able to master the DMR, you're able to get some nice kills off with it, but you're also not going to have to worry about it being too unbalanced or too, perfect, where every single shot is like a 3,000 meter headshot 400 damage weapon. It just feels like it's the best weapon Epic Games has added recently, where all the other stuff like the 2-shot shotgun and the hammer assault rifle are more so just gimmicky items that I haven't really even found myself enjoying using. And now, don't get me wrong, at the exact same time, I absolutely love Epic Games adding new weapons to their game, and even if there's some reskinned old weapons from previous seasons, as long as they're fun to use, I absolutely adore them, because like I just mentioned, I absolutely adore the grapple gloves, and I also really enjoy the actual chainsaw launcher that Epic Games randomly added, kind of just under the rug without really promoting it as much, where you're able just to literally shoot chainsaw blades, just literal saw blades out at opponents. I love that item. I find it, a very gimmicky item that I can't really get too many kills off with, but it is still a very goofy and fun item to use. However, it just appears that recently when it comes to new items that aren't, supposed to be gimmicks or whatever, that are going to look like weapons that will most likely just stay for the current season and not future ones, it seems that Epic Games just really wants to make standardized weapons like if this was a Call of Duty video game, instead of kind of going back to their goofy roots, because keep in mind, this is the game where we literally have like 7 different skins of an actual banana, and they seem to just want to make professional weapons, which I guess is like, okay, you know what, I don't want to say professional weapons, but more so weapons that would appease more to the competitive crowd, when those weapons don't even get put in the competitive playlist until like a month or 3 months later, if they even get put in there. And honestly, the reason for this YouTube video is just because I kind of want to complain, be a little baby about it, because let's face it, Epic Games has been doing this recently with new weapons, where they make it so the new item, the new weapon, whatever it is not put in competitive modes right away, and if it is, it goes through its evaluation period and doesn't show up in those competitive modes for multiple months. So if they're going to use this system, why not get goofy with it? I mean, we've literally seen leaks before in previous seasons of actual items that would have been super, like gimmicky to use in normal matches, but would have been a unique experience, such as that squad heal item you guys might remember me talking about a long time ago, where from a push of a button on a 3-minute cooldown, you could heal everyone in your squad in a nearby radius by a certain amount of health. That item got slightly worked on. They never added like an actual animation that was proper or anything for it, but it still worked, and they decided just to completely scrap it. And instead, after, we got the leaks about that, after we got leaks about, items that would make it so you would move faster for a few seconds, while also having like a slurp shield healing effect on you, they decided to just release probably, the worst items I've ever really even seen, such as that charge SMG. And I know I bullied this weapon a lot, I've bullied it a lot in this YouTube video, but I'm honestly just kind of disappointed with the newer items they've been releasing to Fortnite, and I much prefer, the more gimmicky stuff they've done in the past, like bringing back portaforts. That was an awesome addition, and I love messing around with portaforts, so why can't we actually bring back some more of those goofy items into the game, and make more goofy items, instead of just kind of sitting there, just being like, here's a new SMG that's pretty much like the other SMG, but instead you can charge up a shot, lot so that you can do a lot of damage at once. I don't know. But even with this rant out of the way, I also feel like that maybe we don't really have like a good solution here. It's hard for the developers to find weapons they want to add to this game that are going to be fun and balanced for the users, while also still making sure that some of their old weapons just don't get left in the dust and forgotten about. Because of course, as the community knows very well, there's a lot of nostalgia, and no matter what happens with the loot pool, there's always going to be people complaining about, oh, I want the pump shotgun back. Oh, I want the pump shotgun gone. Oh, I want the scar back. Oh, I want the scar gone. And there's truly not a one size fits all situation or solution to anything that goes on with the loot pool, but I just kind of want to ramble about it and just kind of say my own piece on it. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the current loot pool? What do you think about the recent items and weapons Epic Games have been adding to the game? Not the old ones that have been unvaulted like the portaforts or, the crash pads, but instead the newer items, the ones that nobody's been able to make content on yet because, they're brand new to the game and people are still brainstorming ideas for them. What do you think about them? And do you think Epic Games should change how they're making these new items? Anyways, with that said, this is just a little bit of a rant video. If you want to see more like this, consider subscribing and support the content I create, and dropping a like down below just so I can see you're interested. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champettes tomorrow with another video. Peace out.